Hello everyone. Now we're going to discuss about a very important aspect of radioactivity. This is called carbon dating. Here we determine the age of ancient organic species. Carbon basically has two isotopes, C12 and C14. And among these, the C14 isotope is radioactive. Uh, This is basically based on a very easy observation. Our atmosphere contains many gases, which has nitrogen and it also has carbon 12. And C14 is continuously generated by the equation neutron strike on a nitrogen forms a C14 plus a 1H1. This C14 decays with a half-life of approximately 5700 years. In C12, this comes in our body with CO2. So basically, when the species is alive, it intakes N14 and C12. This in turn turns into C14. Okay, and C12 being stable, its concentration doesn't change like N14. But when dead, this intake stops. So no intake when dead. This means C12 remains same as it was while dying, and N14 intake also stopped, but N14 keeps on decaying. But there's no more intake. And we know from empirical values the ratio of C14 and C12 at any certain time in an organism. This is a known value. Therefore, basically, after death, this equation stands to be 6 C14 equals to C naught 14 initially into e to the power minus lambda t. Now we know the half-life of the C14, so we can find out the lambda, and therefore from the amount of C14 remaining at that point from this ratio, we can calculate when it died. Now let's take an example. Uh, for an organic specimen, for an organic specimen, suppose it has 11.3 counts per gram per minute, and it's given that the activity of C14 in the species is approximately 15.3 counts per gram per minute. It is also given that this is a carbon sample. Therefore, T half-life of a carbon is approximately 5730 years, equals to 0.693 by lambda, or lambda comes out to be 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 4 per year. And this stands out to be from the activity equation. It equals to a naught into e to the power minus lambda t. Now at is 11.3, equals to, initially it was 15.3 into e to the power minus of lambda t. So when we basically put the value of the lambda here, we get t equals to 2.525 into 10 to the power 3. Yes, this means basically this sample under consideration is 2.525 into 10 to the power minus 3 years old. Or we can say that this sample died before this much years, because as I was saying that the nitrogen intake and the carbon intake will stop basically. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe.